Good morning, episode 16, Saturday, January 6th, 48 hours away from the first window opening for the ETF. 3 days or 4 days maximum before this thing gets approved, and less than a week away from the ETF actually trading. That's the current estimates for where we are. Where does that leave us? I think David Bailey summed it up the best. David Bailey from Bitcoin Magazine said, "The world's largest asset manager has staked their reputation on Bitcoin's success. And next week, their 20,000 agents are beginning to shill it to every pot of money on the planet. Shut the fuck up and ape." And I really think that's accurate. We are about to see a wall of investment advisors. Not 100, not 1,000, not even 10,000, but hundreds of thousands of investment advisors all over America, pushing this to every pot of money that is available on this planet. This is going to be a seminal moment. I was excited about it a month ago. I'm even more excited about it now. So I think if you're self-custodying, fine. I made the point that the ETF is a form of ownership. It is not like owning MSTR, which I don't think is a good idea to own at this point. And I've made arguments about that, but MSTR is you're just owning shares in a company that owns Bitcoin and has a lot of debt and is controlled by one single individual. The ETF is completely different than that. The ETF is you have a transparent, regulated depository receipt, and you have a share of all the funds that are in that depository vault, held by Coinbase in this case. So it's as close as you can get to owning it. And yeah, you can't buy groceries with it, and you can't send it to Cash App immediately. You might be able to in the not so far future if you can redeem it for in kind. But you can't today. But that does not mean that it's not useful. And it also doesn't mean that I'm totally against self-custody. So I do plan on holding some of my Bitcoin in self-custody, but I don't think asking the people to store the majority of their money in self-custody, it is not advisable, nor is it even feasible for most Americans. So we really need to get over that idea because it's just not going to work. So we're really on to phase two. Now, a lot of people are asking me about other cryptocurrencies and Solana and whatever. I picked Solana, but I could have easily picked ETH or something else. I think this ETF is going to so much favor Bitcoin over all these other ones, because the simple fact is this money that is coming into Bitcoin. It's not coming into Ethereum. It's not coming into Solana. It's not coming into Avalanche or anything else. It's coming into Bitcoin, and it's new money. So I think this is going to benefit one cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin, and it's proportionally not going to benefit at all those other cryptocurrencies. Now, eventually Ethereum could have an ETF, maybe. Could Solana have an ETF? I don't think so, but it may be, possibly. But it's certainly not happening now. And so let's just focus on this Bitcoin one, because that's the one today where you have it. And that's the obvious trade to me, is to be just long this ETF. It's not to be long MicroStrategies. It's not to be long Ethereum or Solana or even Coinbase. I mean, these things might go up. But here you have this clean, as Michael Saylor says, this clean, pristine asset that is going to be available for everybody to purchase in the form of the ETF. And that's what you should buy, is the ETF. So let's hope that Gary Gensler doesn't rug us on Monday. I think it's extremely unlikely. I was a little bit rattled by that Better Markets letter. But as my friend Joe Carlasali mentioned, these guys have been at it for a while. This is nothing new here. And, there's going to be people who complain. And that's part of what an open comment period is. So I think this is, if you don't already own Bitcoin, I mean, you really need to get Bitcoin. And I would not look at this price action or whatever happens in the next week. I would just try to get to Bitcoin, get some Bitcoin now. As British Hodl said, this is really maybe one of your only times to get to, in many cases, for many of you, to get to one Bitcoin. But one Bitcoin is not, even if Bitcoin does go to 1 million, one Bitcoin is going to be $1 million. That, in my book, that's not rich at all. So, you're gonna need more than one Bitcoin to really comfortably retire, I think. But even getting one Bitcoin is something that's an admirable goal for most people. So again, I think we're in an amazing period. I think this is going to be fantastic. And hit me up on Twitter. And again, thanks for the traffic. I really enjoy it. I love all the likes and everything. I'm like everybody else. I love all the attention. And I've got 6 million views in the month of December, so that was great. It felt pretty good. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. See ya.